Hi, this is Kevin again, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing to you this movie that I actually just finished watching with my parents. I wasn't really expecting to do this review for you, but the movie I'm going to be reviewing to you is The Heat. This movie I was definitely looking forward to. I thought it looked really funny. I thought that it just looked really funny, but the one thing that kind of lowered my expectations for this was Identity Thief. After Identity Thief, I wasn't really sure if I was going to enjoy this movie, but then I started hearing really good things about it, and I got this movie for my mother because she wanted to see this movie, and I just finished watching this movie, and it turns out The Heat is hilarious. I thought it's a very funny movie. There were some really great scenes in it. I'm definitely going to remember a lot of scenes from it, and I loved this movie. Is it the funniest movie of the year? No, that still goes to This Is the End or The World's End, but this is definitely a very close second because this movie is very, very funny. What made this movie so funny? Well, I'll get to that, but let's first talk about the plot. The plot is basically, Sandra Bullock plays Sarah Ashburn, who is this FBI agent. She's a very good FBI agent, and she's very old-fashioned too. She doesn't swear, she doesn't do drugs, she doesn't drink or anything like that, and she doesn't even, use curse words ever. She just, uses other words. But basically, she is told that if she goes to work with this other cop that she might get promoted because she really wants to get promoted. Her boss is getting promoted, but she really wants to get promoted. And then there's Mullins, played by Melissa McCarthy, who is actually having she's told to work with. She's the complete opposite of her. She's foul-mouthed. She's just having a terrible day. And basically they're forced to work together to bring down this drug dealer, basically. And they end up becoming really good friends, and that's basically a lot of the movie. I mean, it's not really a big thing. The one thing I thought this movie would be is the female version of 21 Jump Street. Is it that? Yes, it is. It is a lot like 21 Jump Street, but it's not too much like 21 Jump Street. I actually think 21 Jump Street's a little bit better than this, but this movie was still very funny. Definitely one of the things that made this movie so great is performances. I thought the performances for this movie were great. First of all, you have Sandra Bullock, who, I really like Sandra Bullock as an actress. I think she's done some really great movies. My favorite of hers by far is The Blind Side. I think that's just the best movie that she's done. I think she really did a great role in this. But, this does a different role for her. But she was hilarious in this movie. The way that she, is so different from her. That's what I love so much about it, is that she just did a really, really great job, in my opinion. She had some really funny scenes, and, but by far the funniest in this movie is Melissa McCarthy. I mean, the first few minutes in the movie is basically just us following her, and she's hilarious in this movie. She's just so funny. There's this one scene where basically she's getting into her car, but her car she's trying to find a place to park her car, but she can't get out of the car, so she has to go from car to car, and it's hilarious to watch. The first few minutes of the movie, she has a hilarious line of dialogue. I mean, she was just so funny in this movie. The chemistry between her and Sandra Bullock was definitely there. They had a lot of chemistry together as friends, definitely, and I really enjoyed that. There are also some very funny scenes in this movie that are very memorable. There's this one thing that happens with Sandra Bullock where basically there's this cat that follows her. And it's not her cat or anything, it's just a cat that follows her into her house. And I thought that whole thing was very funny. And then there's a scene where, you guys know this scene where they get drunk. That scene was also very funny. The only other person I have to talk about is Marlon Wayans, who I really loved in Scary Movie and The Haunted House earlier this year. I thought he did a really great job in this. I mean, it's not a huge role, but he basically plays Sandra Bullock's boss, and he's really good in this. He's really funny, especially in this scene. I mean, he's not in a lot of the movie, but he is quite funny in the scenes he's in, and I thought he did a really great job. The one thing that this movie is doing really well is that it's not too serious. It doesn't take itself too seriously. There's one scene where it gets a little bit serious, but other than that, it doesn't really take itself too seriously, and I'm happy about that because it's really great. And is it like 21 Jump Street? The reason it is like 21 Jump Street is because, yes, you have two cops who are the complete opposite of each other, but end up becoming, best friends. And then you have the whole thing with the drug dealer, but it's not a lot like 21 Jump Street at all. This is definitely much more adult than that, in my opinion. I mean, like, every other word that comes out of their mouth is a curse word. That's also like 21 Jump Street. But, I definitely really enjoyed it. But I definitely would not recommend this for children. Do not watch this movie with your children. Every other word that comes out of Melissa McCarthy's mouth is a curse word. Now I'm getting some spoiler territory for The Heat. And when I say spoilers, it's like some really funny scenes that I don't want to give away because I want you guys to be able to sit down and watch it so that way you don't have to be, so that way you don't really know all the funny scenes of this movie. So let's just get to that. In my opinion, one of the funniest scenes in this movie by far was the scene where basically Sandra Bullock's character, you know, how she didn't curse and everything. I love the scene where she just, like, started cursing and she was, like, she didn't really know what she was doing, but she just, like, started cursing like anything. It was hilarious. I thought that scene was great. By far, though, the funniest scene in this movie is the bar scene. That scene was crazy, but I thought there were so many funny parts in that. The whole thing with, like, the tape around their hands, and when she was using the tape, I mean, that was hilarious. And also the post-credit scene in this movie, where Melissa McCarthy delivered her a cat. I thought that was really funny. Definitely, I absolutely love that. I thought that scene was very, very funny. And also the ending in the movie, I really like the ending where basically you see that they've kind of become like sisters, almost, and I really like that. I definitely enjoy that. Now, the one thing that I am going to say about this movie, though, if you guys are looking for things like character development, do not watch this movie. There is not much known about the characters. There's not much we know about the characters, but it really does not matter. But, yeah. So overall, I really love The Heat. I thought it was a very funny movie. Some people might have the problem with it's a little too long. I didn't think it was too long at all. I thought it was just really, really funny. And it's just a really funny movie. It's a lot funnier than Identity Thief. It's not as good as This Is the End or The World's End, but it is funny, very, very funny. And I definitely had a great time watching it. That's it for my review of The Heat. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys saw of the movie. Who was funnier, Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy? I thought they worked great together. And, I mean, they were just fantastic. That's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.